I've now made 3 changes to the code. I've added this line here. I've created what's called a variable, xpos, variable because it can change, and I have assigned to it the value 50. That means give the value 50 to xpos. Xpos is now worth 50. 50 what? It doesn't matter. It's just a value. What we use it for will define what it is needed for, what it relates to. But from the computer's point of view, it is simply storing the value 50 into the variable xpos. Xpos will now sit in our computer's memory, and we can reference it later on. The next line I've added is this one here. Now this looks a little bit weird. It says xpos plus equals 1, and what that means is take the value of xpos and add to it the value on this side. Add to it 1. So if xpos was 50, this line will add 1 to it. That means xpos will now have the value 51. The next place we add it is here, xpos. Now that's simply the name of the variable. It was 51 at this point, so it will replace xpos with the value 51. Now, this is a while loop. It's called a loop because while 1 is 1, that's all that means, while 1 is 1, while this is still true, run all the indented code that follows, the colon telling it follow the indented code. It's going to therefore run through these lines of code. When is 1 not 1? Well, it never is not 1. Therefore, it will constantly go through these lines of code. It will increase xpos, it will draw the screen, it will then draw the circle, it will then update your screen, it will then go back around. This for event I'm going to talk about later on, but this is what it will run through. But notice the first time it runs through this, xpos will be 50, it adds 1 to it, so it's 51, it will replace it with 51 here. It will update the screen, go back, run this for and if statement. It will then go and say, okay, add 1 to xpos, but it was now 51, so it now becomes 52. So it will now put 52 here, and so on, and it will keep doing that forever and ever until 1 stops being 1, which will never happen. So this is what we call an infinite loop. To see what it does, we go run module. I haven't saved changes, I can see that with the star, so that's not a problem. Click on OK, and then watch on the screen. It's going to happen very quickly. There you go. The green circle has moved across the screen. Why has that moved across the screen? Well, you would have learned previously what controls the X and Y positions, so you should be able to identify why this has moved, if the loop is working, how we've made the circle move. The questions for you are, can you make the circle move across the screen faster? Can you move it across the screen backwards? Can you make it go across the screen slower than 1 but not backwards? In that last question, if not, why not?